looks like so far. Let me save that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Little Guillotine podcast. I'm your host, Little Guillotine, and if you've got green oozy eyes, that seems to be the way. And when I say oozy, I don't mean a subcompact submachine gun, no, not at all. Or even a full machine gun, a fully automatic subcompact machine gun, not at all.
Let's check it out.
Not at all.
It is my podcast.
I'm talking about.
It is me podcast.
Talking about me eyes, mate. It's me eyes. Right. So here's the deal. Warming up for me.
Oh shit.
Skip across the pond in June, in July, and so gonna visit London. So when I'm going there, I have to do an accent, right? What better way to make people feel awkward and like you're making fun of them?
Yeah.
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 Go there and try to do their accent, even though you're an American. That's perfect.
Wait.
That's perfect. At least for white countries.
Anyways.
Hello, mate. How you doing there? Yeah. My name's Liam Manjon.
What's it?
Right then.
Right there, what's it? I think I can only speak in like 2 words or so.
You could do New Zealand. They go yeast.
Oh, yeast. Yeast. I
think.
Yeast. Yeast, mate. Yeast, mate. No, I can't do it.
Yeast. No.
Oh yeah, like
just embarrassing yourself, man.
Like yeast, mate.
Yeast.
I think I'll start to get it right about here. No, I lost it. That's a hard one.
A lot of the drummers are from Liverpool, you know.
Liverpool.
So we go to Liverpool. That's right. Exactly, perfect. That's it.
Winham 64.
All right, so.
Oh,
are we recording?
No, we're not.
What? Yeah, we're live. Everybody's enjoying this, so we're gonna start recording.
I was gonna say, should we do a cover of "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" together?
I don't know what that is. Don't go chasing the waterfalls together.
That song. The song.
No, I don't. I just made that up.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds slightly familiar. You have to do more harmony than that. Yeah, is that a stink bug? Yeah, I'm used to them shits.
I was like,
so I don't know, in Madison, what's it like where y'all are at? We got shitloads of stink bugs. So many, my eyes are sliming. If you catch my drift. Yeah, so they say if you squish them, then it stank. And that's true. Have you ever squashed a firefly on the pavement and watched its guts glow? Of course you have. It looks not unlike my eye sockets. At this instant, in this very moment, you can see slime formulating from my ojos and dripping to my cheeks down into my mouth. I wonder what the simulated flavor would be like. It is hard to postulate. You never know. And so, when I was recording an audiobook, I learned to enunciate really well. Also, I originally learned about enunciation when I was doing some acting.
Acting.
Sorry.
You wanna? This is the song. TLC song.
That was so much enunciation that my mouth muscles now hurt. I don't talk like this. Not at all.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
You said that was nice and even and came through.
Okay, y'all can't. My live people on YouTube can't hear it. I'm feeling sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just showing you for a second. Oh, this is the song.
Okay, I'll just do it live for them.
You know this song, right? Everyone on YouTube, just Google "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" by TLC.
Yeah, I know TLC. You just say TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Yeah, that's all you had to say.
Would it be weird if you
excuse me.
Would it be weird if you covered that? Because I've been thinking lately that's a cool fucking song, and like I kind of want to cover it because it's real soulful. The whole "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" part.
No, that'd probably be good.
I need someone to do the rap part because I can't.
I'm
not gonna do that.
You're talking about live instruments?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like doing
that,
like playing like once at an open mic or something, once or twice. Just do it for fun.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about recording it.
Well, I mean, maybe that too if people like
you can do that too. I've been wanting to get into that. Yeah. DistroKid makes it kind of easy to do covers. They'll do like in their upload platform where you do distribution anyways. They have like a simple checkbox if it's a cover, and then they'll do the licensing for you. Yeah. Costs $1 a month to distribute a cover song. Okay. And then you make money off it. You just pay them a cut.
Well, I'm working on that. I'm working on that Weird Al Yankovic cover. So
I've heard a lot of small time artists like getting some exposure with covers, initial exposure, and making money,
Well, yeah, it used to be this like dumb weird thing. It was like, like only Weird Al and a couple other dudes do that, but like now like everyone does that a little bit, Just we spoof everything, Like we used to just spoof like certain things and like sketches and shit, but like now we spoof like music.
Spoof it up.
Because like people take genres and they'll make something else in a different thing's genre. You know what I mean? Like they'll cover the genre, not like the song itself, but like change it to a different thing.
Oh, right.
So, all right, let me get it set up.
Let's go back now.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to get audio to. Oh wait, on your computer. You might be able to get audio to go to your computer.
Go to my computer.
It's like, wait, it's
not working.
That's on YouTube? Why are my eyes doing that?
Oh, because you're stealing my special effects. See? Give me that back. Give me that back.
Oh, here it is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is this? Oh, that shows up.
No, it's your eyeballs. But only one person can have it at a time. So if I have it, you can't have it. And then if I block my eyeballs, then you'll take it probably. Right? And let's see, can I grab it back? Yeah.
Oh man, check that out.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally. Oh yeah, I always have to have a filter on because I'm so boring.
All right. So I can hold on, man.
Don't forget ugly. No, I didn't say that. I'm just boring. Ugly. I was shaving and then I accidentally shaved a big ass chunk off.
Do you have
my hair? I didn't want to, so I just fucking took it all off. Didn't want to do that. Sure, I got a line in.
You want to put this?
I'm not sure if it'll record it well or not. What do you want to do? Just play that song?
I mean, put our
put it
voices on through your computer.
Our voices are on through they're recording the microphone. It just sounds shitty.
Well, yeah, it's a microphone on your computer. I was just saying we can maybe put my sound system.
Oh yeah,
what we're hearing in our headphones.
Yeah,
we can maybe stream through your computer. It's a lot harder with a phone, but I think with the computer you just start menu area or whatever, or the upper right hand area.
Yeah,
and change it.
Can we do that? Yeah.
Let's just check it out. So,
is that that far enough?
It's not a very long cord.
I just don't want to experiment.
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm just. Hello? Your friend's coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's when it's like really gonna.
Okay, so
go to the upper. Okay, exit. Go exit full screen.
I'm not on full. Oh, okay. You're talking about going to preferences.
We'll go to the upper right part of the show it.
No. I don't want to do it right now.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. I'll gladly figure that out for later. But I was just
trying to help out the folks at home, but folks can hear us. So, yeah, if you can hear us.
See the levels? They're like going up to 90% almost.
It's
a nice microphone on there. Nobody's watching. That's all right. At least the levels. Oh, hey, someone's watching. Nice to see you. It's the Lil Guillotine podcast. Yep. We're in Revolver Studios, and Brad LeBaron really did a nice upgrade here.
Yeah, you see all these spider arms.
Oh yeah, spider arms.
That's our shit.
You got to do yoga and podcast simultaneously.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like put a camera up somewhere from like the top.
Camera up. I'll bring my green screen too, and we can podcast on the top of the trees.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just like one camera on each mic stand, just facing down towards our faces. We can make him one of those like weird skateboarding cams, the ones that are like iPhones. You know what I'm talking about?
I hope you didn't stop talking.
Nope, never stopped.
Okay,
I never stopped talking.
Can we stop?
I never stopped talking to the one person out there.
Can we start the
that is
the audio recording now?
Yeah. Let me do that. Okay. All right. But
I'll go over this one thing that's personal. I probably want to hear.
I was just saying, what time is dude coming?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't get back to me, and he notoriously doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, so we should. So okay. So we should.
Yeah, we should assume he's not going to be here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry.
I was thinking like it was going to kick off when dude showed up. All right. I think everything is ready.
Yeah. There you go.
Good. Well, that sounds good.
Yo.
All right, now we're checking. One, chickity check. No,
these microphone checks are kind of wrecked. I feel like I'm shouting right now. I'm not going to be. This is more like what I'm going to be talking like.
Okay. So are we at the same levels though?
Levels are. No, it looks like I'm pretty low.
Are you pretty low right now compared to me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the wave. That's
yeah. That's what I know. I'm
okay,
good. You.
Yeah, I'm like 1/3.
And I'm like this.
Yeah, I'm like 1/3 your size. There you go.
Okay, hold on.
I'm like 1/2.
Okay, let me turn up the gain.
Yeah. I'm turning up the gain a little bit. Hey, what's up, folks? Hey, folks.
We're just sound checking.
Welcome to the Lil Guillotine podcast. I'm your host, Lil Guillotine, and we're here with Brad LeBaron in Revolver Studios.
I'm Brad LeBaron.
So, yeah, we just had a fucking bunch of fascists from Vanguard America put little free libraries at the by the park, the children's little free libraries. And that was last Sunday.
Which park is it?
This was by Tenny Park in the Tenny Lapham neighborhood in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah, and so the fascists, they put the literature like in there with the children's books. And so like somebody posted it on Nextdoor. I don't know if folks know what Nextdoor is, but it's like it's an app and social media site that's used for like neighborhoods to like talk to each other. It's basically like a narc spot most part, and like the cops monitor it and use it for their purposes too. So it's pretty much bullshit, but folks do post useful information like these fascists. And we have
so wait, so these were posted on the Nextdoor things?
I'm sorry, not the fascists didn't post it. It was a neighbor that found the literature in the children's libraries and posted on Nextdoor, so we found out about that.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'm in inherently a Nextdoor neighborhood, so I signed up for it so I could like access the newsletter or the forums and see what people are talking about.
Yeah,
because I was like curious, like I wonder what use, because I mean it purports to have other uses in that, but I mean I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with it.
So I guess.
But I need to look at it because I never actually looked at the forums or anything. But
yeah, I've been on there lots, and I guess I should hold my tongue. Like,
do you have conversations with people on there?
If you have conversations with people on there, it's a waste of time because there's so many fucking centrist liberals and right wingers on there. It's just like, I don't know, if you try to debate people and be right all the time, like a lot of social media sites, like you get roped into doing. It's just like fruitless bullshit. There's so much bad politics on there. But if you just like try to organize on there a little bit, it can be useful, and keep an eye on what's going on. Like post an event on there, that can be useful.
Oh, is that what was how we posted that event?
So I posted it on Facebook. So that we had a cookout the next day. Yeah, you were there, and over 100 folks came.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
It was good, sick turnout.
Yeah.
Regular folks showing up to an anti-fascist cookout, basically.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We didn't frame it like that, even though it was basically Antifa cookout. But folks are so accustomed to that word being something bad, even though that's what that was. the community breaking bread together.
Well, yeah,
against
it's
fascism.
it's just people getting together against fascism. So I mean,
Yeah.
they don't exist without fascism of being around, you know. But I mean, I actually I had some good conversations there with a couple of people from the neighborhood. They were asking like what the stuff was about. So we were putting up like the IWW flag and stuff, and I just gave them like basically like a quick history of like the IWW and like the different like, workers' rights things they worked towards in the early 1900s and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like there was like people were like genuinely curious, of course, like what exactly happened, like what kind of material we're talking about, and yeah, it was a really good opportunity for the community to get together and talk. But who it was it CV that you initially about? GDC?
It was all of us.
Was it? What was it?
We had a meeting.
Oh, okay,
I'm not my mic. It was all of us. We had a meeting.
I wasn't at the meeting. I only saw CV's involvement with it at the end.
Yeah,
but
I'm.
So it was a GDC.
It's one of my fortes is organizing from home, and so I was able to reach many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it turned out. Yeah,
next door Facebook.
Oh, so you posted it on your lists and stuff?
Yeah,
right.
And next door too.
Yeah.
Those are the.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it was good time.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Next door. I think those are the people. Well, I don't know. Also, I wrote we have a website called antifascistmedicine.home.blog.
There we go.
Free URL there.
Uh-huh.
And then so fucking wrote an article about the fascist literature, and that got around in the Madison community. And then folks turned out. So that was good, and then we were able to build our next anti-fascist event, which is Rock Against Fascism, happening this Saturday, 4/20, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And basically, it's a concert that a bunch of us, who were also involved in that cookout organized, and along with some other folks, including Gender Confetti, Celia from Gender Confetti, and some XISO people. And so, we're organizing that. It's going to be a bunch of great music, all ages, $10 suggested donation at the Freewheel Community Bike Shop. So that's Saturday, 4/20, 3 p.m. And so, basically we're going to rock out against fascism, hip hop against fascism. We got community, organizations where we're trying to get them to like table there and fucking give speeches and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, and do you know who all is performing? I know, or you're performing, right?
Yeah, myself, Lil Guillotine, Gender Confetti.
Yep, you said that. Yep. Confetti.
Pink Tide, which is a trans band from Milwaukee.
Okay.
Nat Harvey Trio is a trans band from Duluth, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
Way up north there, hey. And we got Zalarina. Yeah. And we got Rare MC, President Longboy.
Okay.
Bang Too Real. And I think that's it.
Damn, it's going to be a big show.
Maybe Young Vets. We're still looking at that.
Dude.
Yeah,
that sounds like
it's 6 hours. So
yeah. Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's gonna be some free food.
Is that on a Saturday or Sunday?
Dios míos. It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday?
Yeah, 3 to 9 p.m. Yeah, you should volunteer for sure.
3 to 9. I work at 5. I work 5 to cut. How late is it going?
5 to cut, 9.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
solid 9.
Yeah, I'll check it out. After work. Motherfucking work. Sometimes you gotta put in the timing machine and not make it too cool stuff like that.
Sometimes you got to put yourself in a time machine.
Sometimes you just gotta skip work.
Sometimes you gotta skip work and seize those means while you're at it.
Mm-hmm. There's a King Missile song about that.
Oh, seize the means.
Well, no, it's not exactly about seizing the means. It's just about stealing shit from work.
Expropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone out there knows King Missiles, but
A detachable peanut.
Yes, that's the
I
one.
know King Missile.
Detachable peanut.
I was hearing about some illegalism and some theories about like some anarchist theories. I think it came out of Spanish Revolutionary fucking
Well,
time.
they go all over the place, those guys.
Who's that?
King Missile.
No, I'm talking about legalism. I'm talking about
sorry.
a branch of anarchist theory. Yeah,
Uh,
it was a legalism that came out of like the Spanish Civil War. I believe it's some Spanish anarchists that
Okay.
at least wrote more on it. I don't think they invented it or whatever, but yeah, it's some good shit about theory around stealing and how it's good. It's based on like Sterling shit, which is generally shitty.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I like stealing theories.
Well, I mean, aren't all theories stolen at some level? I mean,
The
you're
theory
just kind of trying to work out, the theories that you grew up with, and make do with those, and hopefully take them to the next level if you can.
I'm talking about like ganking, right?
But
like
what?
Stealing, what is the fucking word? Shoplifting.
Oh
theories,
yeah.
not
Okay.
stealing theories.
Okay. Just I mean, like,
too,
I'm talking about the whole Robin Hood thing.
Oh yeah,
I guess
Yeah. Oh, you also were talking about that. For a minute I thought you were talking about like when you steal theories from people.
Oh well, I mean, I was sorry.
Okay.
I was rambling for a second about how it's not stealing. It's just you're just trying to work out what you were taught.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The guest won't be able to make it.
Okay.
The other.
That's right.
Yep. Sure.
I'm gonna hit this one.
Okay, hit the pen.
I don't know why I said that on mic, but
sometimes you gotta say that on mic. I'm gonna get the glasses on and get the live stream on the Instagram going. Gotta be on Instagram. It'll be relevant. That's all this thing. That's all that's happening in the Instagram market.
Well, we're doing technical stuff.
Nothing technical about specific things. Specific about technical things.
Get this out of the way.
What, jeez Louise? Is there a dog at the door? Hello, can I help you?
We got
it. Yeah, we're gonna get down to the real juice.
Oh, jeez, this one's stuck. Okay.
It's quite the blasphemy. Going around.
Let's check that out. Now we got a little more. You can see our faces a little better.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog.
Hey, don't attach your whole studio.
Nope, not attaching it.
Sake.
I'm just saying, like, look at the skyline in this room now. Now there's our beautiful faces and these beautiful mics. That's it.
You're not lying.
Yeah. Wow, this room, it looks a lot like bigger for some reason now that they're gone. You know what I mean?
Lil Guillotine Podcast, what's up?
What up?
Oh, you're live.
Live.
You got Brad LeBaron. You're at
Brad LeBaron.
Revolver Studios.
Yes. Once again, it's Revolver. Welcome.
Revolution Lovers.
Yep.
Revolution Lovers.
Revolution, Love, and Podcast.
What's good?
What is
Matt
happening?
Barajas? Pardon me if I fucked that up.
Oh, someone on the live stream already?
Oh, yeah.
Dope.
It's the gram.
Nice.
I got some influence on there. Quote unquote, I got no influence. I'm just playing that. Hey, what's up, King Beep?
King Beep?
Supreme?
Are you talking to me?
No, it's King Beep Supreme.
Yeah, on the camera.
So, we're recording.
It looks like you're looking at me in the camera.
Oh, yeah, because you're right there.
Yeah,
we're recording the Lil Guillotine Podcast.
Yep.
We were just talking about a concert we're doing this Saturday, 420.
Mm-hmm.
It's 420 friendly, but it's also all ages, so maybe smoke away from the kids, I guess. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Either do edibles or go to your smoke spot. Just
and it's at a community bike shop. It's at this bike collective called Freewheel. I was impressed with Freewheel because I met them at like this pro-immigrant rally a few years back. They were there holding it down. You know what I'm saying? And so they're not just a bike shop. They're a collective that gets involved in politics and shit like that. Yeah, and they were the person that runs it, Elijah McCloskey, is also was involved in the Vault, which was like a
Vault
underground fucking venue. What's that called? Back in the day. Did you ever go there, Brad?
The Vault.
Yeah, the Vault.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking
And they got
about.
shut down and shit because they were running out of warehouses and whatnot.
Well, yeah, I think that was the one where someone started a rubber fire, like fire with like tires, you know, and fucking the police showed up and apparently got shut down.
It wasn't a formal venue either.
No, it wasn't. So
I'm sure the police knew about it.
Oh, but they had the best shows though. They had some of my favorite fucking shows.
Oh shit, who?
Well, I mean, in general, like there was a lot of great like thrash metal. You know,
Right.
Do you know what that is? It's like you know, just like fast, like dirty, like metal. You know.
All right.
And I didn't remember the names of like most of the bands that were there.
All right.
But I always had a great time when I went out, and they were always high energy, just fucking people running around, you know, mosh pitting, just dogpiling. That's right, dogpiling was a big thing there.
Ha.
Every time like people would like get going, like someone would dogpile.
What does that mean? That's not like dogging over in Britain.
No, so people would like just jump on top of people and just like, you know, pile on top of each other.
Like a fucking football game, huh?
Yeah, straight up like a football game. Like it was like there was no rules.
At the concert.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely did mosh pits and fucking, you know, fought people with your elbows and feet, but not.
But this was all people that like knew each other. Like it was a pretty tight group, you know. Like a lot of people in the mosh pit all knew each other, and so like, you know, it was a really really great place.
Yeah. Oh, I just watched this cool video. It was fucking punk rock. What's his name? Like the punk rock MBA, something like that. Masters in punk rock dude. Anyways, he was talking about Earth Crisis from the early '90s, which was like this. It was like some hardcore shit, and I probably got the terms wrong. It was some really heavy fucking metal though. But they were a vegan band, and they kind of like got veganism in the mainstream a little bit, or at least in the fucking subcultural genres and shit.
Yeah.
And fucking also they had this one song, I forget what the fucking song was, but it came out and it like took the punk and the underground scene by storm, and it was about like, because they were also straight edge, right? Nothing against straight edge.
Yeah.
But it was this bullshit.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah. I had many straight edge friends, but it was this bullshit version of straight edge where they were talking about killing drug dealers and shit like that, which I think is garbage.
Yep. But like the alt-right people, you know?
Well, you know, it's
like,
funny.
oh, the cartels.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I think it's misguided to want to kill drug dealers. It's not radical.
What it is it's this
carceral.
It's this false assumption that there's all of it's the Trump assumption about, you know, rapists and drug dealers coming over our borders. It's just this racist like thing, but like, you know, they have this, you know, they hear these stories from these places that we have like, you know, just, you know, destroyed and you know, uprooted their like system, you know, for a couple decades. They hear all these horror stories from cartels from down there, and they talk about it as if those things are happening here right now. And it's like, that's not accurate. Like, it's not happening in the United States like it's happening in Central America and places that we've like, you know, the CIA's gone in and, you know, done their drug wars in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this shit was like before folks even knew. Like that was still like conspiracy theory, I would argue. Like
it was a while. It was like
in the early
when I was a kid. Yeah.
So I think
so much of that has been like actually like proven to be true since then.
Yeah,
you know?
I think these folks who are straight edge and want to get rid of drugs in their community are coming from a good place.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're seeing folks that are like dying. You know, we're seeing it now. Like the whole entire fucking lifespan of folks in the United States has just been reduced by a number of years because of all the opioid overdoses and deaths.
Yeah.
So I think they're coming from a good place, but to focus and target on people who are drug dealers, I think is not very radical in getting to the root of the subject. Why do people do drugs, right? It's not because drug dealers exist. That's not why people choose to do drugs at all, I would argue. It's because there's fucking trauma all over society, and folks are traumatized under capitalism constantly. And so fucking, you know, it's palliative, right? So folks, mainly, you know, most drug use in this society, in modern capitalist society, is palliative because of mental or physical trauma. Like you go in trades, fucking, I was just talking with my other trades person, like the rate of cannabis and fucking alcohol consumption alone is fucking like, like in the 80%+ or something like that. And then other hard drugs too, like Vicodins and whatnot, and other painkillers, that's pretty fucking high amongst those folks as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, well, that's yeah. I mean, it's. I feel like personally, when I think about like alcohol and like weed, I think they're kind of like working class escapes. Like if you're someone that does a lot of like physical labor all day every day, something that's like either mind numbing or physically like draining. Like you come home and it can be a way to unwind. You know what I mean? Like I've been there where like I don't feel like talking to anybody. I don't feel like going out. Like I'm just so drained from work that I don't feel like a person. And so like sometimes going out and having a few drinks with some people can loosen you up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's something that certain people like just kind of vilify like all of the use, and they just think that like, oh well, if you do any of it, then you're going to become this other thing. You know what I mean? Like they treat it like it completely changes you from the gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's the
A lot of misinformation.
temperance movement is morality based. Started in the motherfucking 1870s or 1860s even, but it was mainly fucking like Protestants or like
it came
religious.
It came from the people that led the movement were definitely religious, but
it definitely targeted working class people.
Yeah,
whether that was the basis upon which it was taken up or not.
Yeah, well, and there was like so many people. There was like apparently a ton of alcoholism after like the Civil War and those times. It was just really rampant and destroying a lot of families and shit because it wasn't. So I mean, I don't think that the people were turning to alcohol because of just because they wanted to become more alcoholic. I think it was just a hard time, and
there was like two depressions over the 1860s and the early 1870s. It was fucked up.
Yeah,
for industrializing.
Yeah, but that's why it was actually a women-led movement at the beginning, and it's honestly. The first part of the temperance movement is kind of inspiring because it's like kind of a story about like women kind of stepping up and being like, I'm not going to accept you like leaving the family to go to the bar or like, doing all these things that like mess up the family stuff. And, it came from that place originally, but then like at some point it got turned into this, it got politicized and turned into this, movement to oppress people and like stop people from doing any level of that. It became an extreme thing. But
I would argue even so it's like taking up the moniker of like women's rights. Even if it was women that were like taking it up, I would say it's inherently reactionary from its core. It's like there's these whole messages of like the nuclear family that are hidden in there. Fucking there's even if it's like the wives who are critiquing their husbands for being drunk, it's definitely plays right into sort of this more moralistic policing of working class activities. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because like I mean they didn't and
it was BS from the get go. In my
opinion.
Yeah,
well, I mean the people that
they use the women's movements to like give it to like they use ID, like the Democrats use ID politics today.
Well, I mean, I would just say more like just I don't know. I think that it's more just like women. It's just okay. I meant to say I guess it's important in the sense that like it was one of the first time that women in the United States stood up for anything. You know what I mean? It's just happened to be the temperance thing. And then like then it really like, got out of hand when people decided like, oh, well, we need to outlaw it then. Like that's the solution to this problem, and with, it's this is the same approach that we took in the, war on drugs days, where it's like, well, I guess, no, it's not exactly the same because there wasn't really a problem with the war on drugs days at all. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they took this extreme approach to this problem that they had in their personal lives, that was not the best thing to fight for if they're going to fight for something. But like it was also like an important moment that women stood up for something and organized and shit.
Yeah,
But like but they turned in, like immediately they started to like like break shit in bars and like really get like militant about it, and like it got ugly really fast. But I'm just saying that like there was at the beginning when I was like first learning about it, I was like, oh, that is kind of cool, like how they I guess got together despite the overwhelming patriarchy that they existed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even the suffragette movement, which is probably like what this might have been born of, was like liberal.
Maybe like an offshoot.
It was it's liberal. They're going for reforms to vote and shit like that. But also definitely women were organizing before the temperance movement. I can think of Angela Davis talking about like the Grimke sisters and a number of dope ass folks before the suffragettes who were what's it called, the right to
well
vote?
The suffragettes was in like the early 90s. I'm talking about like the 1800s.
Yeah, like the
suffragettes. By then it was very much a like militant fucking
Angela Davis in her book Women, Race and Class goes over the history of women, white women as well, and sort of like how they aligned with like the rights of slaves for fucking to abolish slavery, abolition, and also fucking later on the rights of ex-slaves to vote, and that she does a really good job at documenting like the Grimke sisters who were some militants that were doing shit before like the temperance stuff arose, I would say. I totally agree with what you're saying though.
Well, because like before it was the temperance movement, it was just a movement in like one state. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that was all over the country. But then there was like a turning point where it like became this the point that it became ugly was when basically the men senators that took up the mantle of the cause kind of I don't know. There was before it was like a state kind of thing that was being discussed and kind of thought about, and then it became this like, oh, we need to outlaw all alcohol everywhere, except for we're going to ignore it when rich white people drink it no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just watched like a 4-part documentary series about it.
And then the suffragettes.
But the suffragettes were like the tail end of that. Yeah. And then it was a colossal failure.
Mm-hmm. I saw this cool thing about Mary Poppins because the mom of the rich mom in Mary Poppins, the mom of the kids, excuse me, the rich mom was a suffragette in that movie. I hadn't seen that. I watched it a bunch when I was a kid.
Was she?
Yeah, and she would.
I never noticed.
She was going off to one of her suffragette rallies. And, she was leaving. She was singing a song and was like, "Men are quite disgusting" or something like that, which is pretty dope. But the ironic thing was just like how inherently bourgeois the suffragette movement was. And like all these other movements that were, the first women, some of the early women's movements, they were also like this. And it's not just the women's movement that were like that, obviously, but because she was like doing this as she was like fucking treating her maids like shit, like telling the cook and the cleaner and Mary Poppins, like
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of those older movies, like were oddly about like really really rich people. You know what I mean? Like the old black and white films and like the. Like I don't know when they decided to start making movies about like regular people, but it seemed like for like the first while, movies were just about rich people.
We were just reading
or if it was about a poor person, it was like really there was like a whole. They didn't do it very tastefully, and like the poor people were all like just dirty and grungy and like never like ever taken seriously and stuff. Like it was. I don't know. It always like stuck in my mind when I was a kid watching all these old movies. It's like, they seem to be really obsessed with wealth, everyone.
Yeah, they were absolutely aware of the power of media and fucking the movies to like push politics and frame narratives right from the get-go. We just did a discussion on another Angela Davis book, Are Prisons Obsolete? Yesterday, and that was one of the things that she discussed in the first 3 chapters was Like, why do people think? So, like, when you go to a colonial slave house, everybody knows, like, there's no way to think of that as, like, something normal. It's always eerie. But if you go to, like, the streets of Atlanta, which were made by the convict lease system, which was more brutal than the slave system was per capita, anyways, like, they would work people to death regularly under the convict lease system, and it wouldn't matter. But if you go to places that were built by that, like, nobody cares or gives a shit. And part of it has to do with the fact that, like, the prisons and racism and anti-blackness has been ubiquitous in the media in this country from the get-go. If you look at the first movie that Thomas Edison made, it took place inside of a prison, and it was about a prison. And if you look at one of the, like, pretty much the second movie or one of the earlier movies, it was that Klan movie. That was what the fuck was it called? We were talking
about the
Alan Ruff mentioned it last time he was on here.
That song in the South. That's a different thing. I think that's a Disney one in the Disney vault.
I forget what it's called, but look it up. It's one of the first movies ever, and it was about the Klan, and it was about how they're all
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Yeah. So, like, the
piece of
the cognizance of the ruling class, of the power of fucking moving images to fucking captivate folks and push images and frame fucking thoughts has been understood from the early times when they first came out. I mean, Edward Bernays was doing work on the public relations before first movie was made and shit. So they knew it going in.
Well, he basically, like, invented consumerism. I think we covered that in a different episode. But I mean, like, I remember, like, reading about how, like, the people that, like, saw the first, like, films being, like, shown to, like, an audience or whatever, like, they immediately understood the implications of that type of media. Like, they were like, oh, wow, like, you can really just, like, fully get someone, invested in attention drawn to this thing. And if it's, as long as it's flashy enough and, like, has enough like story or whatever, you can put whatever you want to on this screen, and people will come and pay to see it because it's a spectacle. You know what I mean? Like, it was so, like, for normal people, like, they're like, ooh, that's fucking cool. Let's watch a train, run into the screen and get scared. But, like, for them, for other people, it was like, all right, like, we can really start to push, agendas. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially Bernays, he was just like, yes, Smithers. You know what I mean? He was just a plotting motherfucker.
Their cousins.
Yeah. But it was I'm sure it was an interesting time to realize that shit out. I'll grab your phone. Grab your phone there, boy.
Yeah.
Grab your phone there, boss. Cool, man, Luke. But I don't know. Just what was what were we just talking about again?
Edward Bernays.
Bernays, man.
We better start talking about the same shit all the time.
Huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's raw,
huh?
Not good.
How many we got on the feed?
I'm off Instagram now.
Off the Instagram, you on to something else?
It was 11.
All right.
Years.
Cool.
So what's this about? Some bullshit racist stuff about Ilhan Omar. You heard about that?
Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot of articles about that. That's pretty fucked up stuff.
So I can't go.
People just, like, openly calling for violence on a sitting senator. That's perfectly okay, right? Alt-right people, like, that's fine. No problem. But yeah, it's really messed up. What were you gonna say about it?
Yeah, I don't know what. They're doing it all the time. Right? First Muslim American senator.
I'm not sure if it's the first.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is a Muslim American senator. Maybe first Muslim American senator.
Oh, you can do, like, what's this? Some kind of audio thing?
I don't know.
Are y'all looking at me?
Um,
Oh, hello. Hey, what's up, folks? I already got 2 people watching on here on Twitter. Oh, they're gone already. And one more's on. Jeez, that goes fast.
yeah, I guess it's Twitter.
Ha. What's up, folks? It's a Lil Guillotine podcast. I'm here with Brad LeBaron at Revolver Studios.
Revolver Studios. Hello.
So what's Revolver Studios?
Revolver. Well, it's I don't know, revolutionary lover revolver put into one word.
Wow.
That's a palindrome as well.
Are folks right to think that we're in a bedroom right now, as they see your bed in the background?
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah.
Is that a correct assumption?
Yep. There's a doggy. There's a doggy back there.
You can't see that. Oh yeah, there's one.
Yep. There he is.
So, yeah, we was talking about Ilhan Omar.
Yep.
And all the bullshit, racist, fucking white supremacist, crap attacks that are happening on Ilhan Omar. Yeah. I heard about some shit. I saw some folks with the "I Stand with Ilhan" like on Saturday. I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on?"
Yeah. Was there a demonstration?
I don't know if there was a demo. I guess there should have been, but there was just like memes and shit like that.
Yeah. But, like on like Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah,
there's all types of Islamophobic fucking death threats happening to Ilhan Omar. Which is like fucking parcel in this fucking white supremacist friendly fucking national government.
I was gonna say there was a few years ago there was a I don't know if it was, I think it might have been a junior senator or House of Representatives, but there was a Muslim woman that died in the I want to say the summer after Trump was elected, but like there was never like any sort of like big story on the news about it. She just kind of died tragically, and then it just happened. I mean, I never saw that story again.
Was it that young woman in Philadelphia?
Maybe.
Or was it that one dude in, I think it was like, there was one in Florida or Alabama that somebody just went up to him in the garage, in his fucking parking lot, and just murdered him? There was a bunch of that shit happened.
Well, yeah, I mean,
there's another one too.
Crimes against Muslims and people of color have risen in the past, I guess 10 years if you really want to be accurate.
Yeah, so you got Trump who's like talking about, we're gonna send immigrants who we have in ICE detention centers to fucking sanctuary cities, and he's using
that's
like
just
threat
disgusting. Like the way that he's talking about.
The way he's framing it and like the whole where he's coming from.
Yeah,
is a little bit fucked up because basically he's like a failure at with his border politics.
Yeah, asking people to break the law for him and shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, constantly. But he's made himself look ridiculous with the border wall, and so he uses like letting sanctuary cities and counties and states letting immigrants who are detained in ICE detention centers go to sanctuary cities and counties and states as like a threat if the Democrats don't sign some bill, I think like his wall bill or something like that, which is like, that's fucking the bomb. It's not a threat. If you do that, that's exactly what we fucking want. It's not a punishment to like have people come live with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like that's just it's really like, I don't know, it really shows like where his mind's at when it comes to that, when he because like he doesn't see them to have value, so it's like it's obvious in his speech that he doesn't think they have value. You know what I mean? He's like, this is how much I care about them. We're just gonna send them wherever the fuck we want. That's how I feel about this.
Yeah, I also think it's a win for folks who have been demonstrating in grassroots movements against ICE too, and that he's trying to frame it like it's a win for him, but really it's a desperation move for him because he knows he needs to do something, right? And so he's framing this, which is a win for us, as a win for himself because he's so fucking desperate. And so like it's almost like not even white supremacists of him to do it, and you're like, why is he doing this not white supremacist thing, letting immigrants live in our fucking live peacefully in our country, which is what we fucking are down with too, are okay with too.
Yeah.
It's because he's scrambling. He's still a white supremacist, and like I think a lot of white supremacists are upset at this maneuver too.
Well, yeah, because he's like he's doing that whole thing where he's taking that dog whistle and turning it into a bullhorn, and like he's and that way he's kind of blowing up their spot, like he's bringing up all those really ugly things that people keep closeted or in their head, and those people aren't going to be pleased by anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, yeah, he's appealing to a really messed up group of people.
Fuck yeah.
Because for him, like, it's all ego. I mean, it's definitely a white supremacist, but I mean, I think it's more that he's just a Trumpist. Like he wants only Trump and Trump things to succeed, and everything else can die or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just so his own ass. Anyway, I could go on and on and on about Trump going up his own ass, but yeah, what were you talking about?
I don't know, but I just want to bring up Assange real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yep, just looking over there at Democracy Now! Headlines.
Yeah.
But yeah, Assange, they got him on some bullshit and they're trying to fucking take freedoms from the press and like, make a fucking patsy out of Julian Assange so that he fucking take away the rights of folks in journalism in general via Julian Assange, which is fucked up. But it's also fucked up that Julian Assange has been accused of sexual assault, and like nobody on the left is or not many people on the left are acknowledging it. I think it's important to like believe survivors too, as well as like defend journalistic freedoms at the same time, which is something I think is devoid of folks' analysis around Julian Assange right now.
Yeah. People don't talk about that often.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So they were, that's how they were going to try to get Julian Assange into the United States via sexual assault charges, right? So, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't believe the survivor.
Yeah,
even though that may be the case, or
it should be looked into no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, we believe survivors. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what Me Too has taught us. So in the case of Julian Assange, I think we need to believe the person who's accused him, and like call for some restorative justice, along with protecting like journalistic freedoms, because I think people just bury that shit, and that's not good.
Well, I feel like as far as like the journalistic stuff goes with Julian Assange, I feel like he was kind of played.
He was what?
Kind of played in a way.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? Because his whole thing was just releasing sensitive documents that he felt that the public should see. That he at his discretion. But I will say, like, he did have kind of flavor for the dramatic a little bit. So I mean, I think he did take pride in the controversial aspect to it. So like, I think that they the people that released the emails or whatever that started off the whole whatever in the that started off the investigation and all that.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah, the WikiLeaks thing that like kind of started off the whole investigation into the Russian link stuff, whatever. But like, they basically, I feel like what happened is like, Assange was given this information, and then he released it like he does because they knew who Assange was, and they knew that he would, he would definitely release these types of details. I just don't think that Assange necessarily knew what the impact of these details would be in getting that information. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if Assange was, a mastermind in the plan to release information that would do this and that. You know what I mean? It was like more that they knew just by, it was going to be their like widest audience and the biggest way to release that information. You know what I mean? Like strategically, it was best that it came out that way for the powers that be. But like, you know what I mean? Like, so he was kind of like coerced into playing this part in this greater thing, and outside of everything else, just the journalistic stuff. But like,
you don't think WikiLeaks was like?
I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't. My gut feeling is that it's not directly connected, like on the payroll. If you want to, put it that way.
Are you talking about WikiLeaks being involved in Russian collusion?
Well, yeah. Well, they were. Yeah,
I've never heard that before. Well, I mean, I guess I have, but
yeah, it's part of like one of the.
I don't pay it no mind. I don't think.
Well, yeah, it was part of the I think part of the story that was being investigated before the election was over. I think. You know what I mean? Like the FBI started the investigation on the Russia link before Trump was the nominee. Like it was something that was in the works before that.
Oh,
but like there was it wasn't. I don't know. It was something slightly different.
Oh yeah, Julian Assange was holed up for WikiLeaks shit.
Well, he was on the radar for shit way before that. I mean, there was plenty of people that had a target on that thing. Yeah. Before the leak that talking about investigation and all that. But like
Ecuador is government. So,
but I've always thought of the Assange stuff because I found that it's a very interesting. He's a very interesting character in the sense that he leaps over all these these boundaries between different countries, and he's like releasing all this stuff, and he's like kind of going against everybody at the same time, and using the embassy to like stay safe and all this shit. So I mean, it's interesting to watch how the world deals with an entity like that.
Yeah.
What happened to us? Did we turn to Santa Claus?
Yeah, just a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's serious. We're Santa Claus on YouTube. So
shit.
Yeah, tune in to YouTube if you want to see Santa Claus. Yeah, so
very strange.
The Julian Assange sexual allegations raised upon him, in addition to.
Yes, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's outside of all of those allegations.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it. I mean, I know there. I just don't know much details about it, which is probably not great.
Yeah.
Were two different screens?
No, same screen. I'm mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all weird and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think in his about Julian Assange stuff?
Julian Assange.
The
WikiLeaks are powerfuls. They have the ability to keep entire governments accountable, and that's what they did, and so that's why they went after him. But then there's this sexual assault allegation that folks are ready to just dismiss as like some kind of plot, which is bullshit, because there's always endless reasons to dismiss people who allege sexual assault against folks. So that's what I think, because everyone's talking about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
The whole left.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. It's not part of the discourse about Julian Assange in the news right now.
Right.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. This is my natural self.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't like it.
If you want to see a scary nun, you can tune in on YouTube. So I had a comrade come in from Milwaukee who's an anarchist comrade of mine and throw down some neo soul guitar riffs. I'm gonna make some songs out of it. I hit up another comrade from Madison who does productions of beats. I'm gonna pass off these neo soul guitar riffs to them that I have on my computer, and then let them make some trap, rap, diggity dope, so hype, Let's get a rope so tight, hey, and we're gonna take a line and spray. Lyrics all the way. I don't care no more. All day. What are the things we can talk about? I don't have any subjects today. Gotta
Hey,
look 'em up.
that rhymed with the last thing you said.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I have a lighter?
There you go. Sorry, talk right into the mic. So find that one and cut it.
Okay. So on May 1st, May Day, Wisconsin, Madison, Voces de la Frontera is going to be holding a huge general strike, a wildcat strike. Voces has the ability to organize agricultural workers in the state of Wisconsin like no union does. Last time they did a general strike, they call it, they're calling this one the same. It's called Dia Sin Latinos. Excuse me, Dia Sin Latinxes, which just means a day without folks who are Latino. And basically, because of Voces de la Frontera's extensive networks, they'll probably, like one of the times they did it a couple times ago, they were able to make the Wisconsin dairy industry operate at make half the revenue that day. So we're talking about like billion or like millions of dollars in revenue that were lost when they called the general strike.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. People don't call it a general strike; they call it Dia Sin Latinos, and then like folks calling to work and shit like that. But that's what it is. It's
well,
strike.
yeah. Well, particularly
general strike.
Well, I say, wasn't it also particularly like the dairy industry that suffered? Like, I mean, they lost a lot of money in one day.
Yeah, they, like I was saying, that half the revenues. That
yeah,
day.
It really highlighted the the fact that like we have these workers from other countries here, but we don't appreciate the fact that they're here and the fact that they're contributing to our society and shit. Like but yeah, it was a perfect example of just how much they contribute to our economy. Like it's like if you want to see, these are the numbers. Without them, you don't have that in a day.
And you don't even need to contribute to the economy, in my opinion.
So
that is a good way to talk to to centrists and shit like that. But the human right to exist supersedes all that shit.
Well, absolutely. But I'm just saying though, like that's for certain types of people, that's the only like mindset that they have. You know what I mean? They only see the world through the lens of money.
And they're also
for them, that's why.
Right?
Well, yeah, but that's part of the reason that they do that action is so they can show them like, hey, this is our muscle. This is what we contribute to your shit.
Yeah, you can't fucking.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that they're conscious of that fact. When they do it.
When you make the industry lose millions of dollars like that. So they're protesting like some more racist, like anti-immigrant measures they're trying to do with
legislation,
ID laws in Wisconsin, and I don't know the deets on it. Do you know anything about it?
Well, yeah, it was going to be like trying to make it so that you needed more ID for like voting and stuff like that.
Yeah, garbage.
Yeah. It was all legislation that affected Latinx people's ability to vote.
Honestly.
That's all it's designed for.
Yeah, once you affect the capitalists,
that and just people that can't get access to fucking IDs and shit. So sometimes it's hard to get the proper identification, especially if you don't have like if your parents lost something, like all of a sudden you don't have any proof of who you are, and you can't can't get a credit card, can't get all that other random stuff, because we have this weird system where you gotta prove that you're a thing.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. And especially more so if you're not white, normal, but it's not normal.
So last time they did Dia Sin Latinos in Wisconsin, there was like 100,000 people that came out. So we're expecting at least 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a huge thing. So everybody should turn out to that in the Capitol Square. There's going to be like, there'll probably be like, American flags and shit like that. So we should come with some messaging.
Yeah, does the IWW or DDC have stuff going on with that event? Are they doing anything with it? Or
tentatively, but we need to solidify plans.
Okay.
Because we don't have. We have a GDC meeting for that, and I'll put that on the agenda.
I'm gonna be out of
next GDC meeting
town.
is Sunday 4:30. Next Sunday at 4:30.
Okay.
Next GDC meeting.
Okay. That's Sunday at 4:30. Where at?
It's hopefully gonna. Okay, it's probably gonna be at Mother Fools, but hopefully it'll be at the Social Justice Center. We'll have a space reserved there.
Social Justice Center
on Williamson Street in Madison, Wisconsin at 4:30 p.m. And we'll talk about like going to the DSM Latinx's fucking in Madison, Wisconsin. That should be over 100,000 folks, workers that show up there with some bomb messaging, GDC flags, come with some fucking literature, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I was gonna say I've been at a few May Days, and there was they've always been fucking great. Yeah, I think the one of the biggest ones was probably the year after Trump got elected. But
here in Madison or
in Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a pretty great turnout compared to the year before it. Yeah. But I feel like the further away people get from they get from that, like they kind of forget that it's still something that needs to be on the front line.
Oh yeah, speaking.
You know what I mean? People have a real kind of goldfish memory with these things,
right?
And especially if it's not in their everyday life.
No doubt.
And it's one of those things. Like it's really important that you have solidarity with this kind of thing.
Oh, I had 6 people on the minute. They're all gone now.
Oh no!
You hugged it all.
But it's important.
Mayday.
Well, and it's isn't it like some kind of police holiday in the U.S.?
Oh fucking no!
I heard that in the U.S. like May 1st actually does have like an official different holiday. Hold on, let me.
Oh my goodness!
You know about this?
No, I don't know about that. But the IWW in Madison traditionally would organize May Day shit here. And then UTI, which is Unión de Trabajadores Inmigrantes in Madison, was organizing it for a while. And I know they didn't get along with Voces that much, and then they stopped organizing it. And then IWW was supposed to be organizing it. And then we kind of dropped the ball on it, but that's cool because I'm cool with going to a fucking 100,000 person general strike anyways.
1,000 person?
100,000 person general strike?
Yeah.
Which is what it's going to be.
Let's go to a general strike.
Yeah, that shit's hot.
Yeah,
so the fucking... Where are you shooting?
Yeah, this website's saying that it's Law Day on May 1st. Like, they celebrate something Law Day.
That's horrible.
Right? Like, it's like something that's just so, like, obviously to cover up May Day, right?
I guess. I don't know the history of that.
Yeah, it says May 1st, 2018, Law Day, and special day of celebration celebrated by the people of the United States in appreciation of their liberties and the reaffirmation of their loyalty to the United States and their rededication to the ideals of equality and justice under the law and their relations with each other and with their countries, and for the cultivation for the respect of the law that is so vital to the democratic movement. Yeah, dude, it's like it's straight up like they're like, all right, well, people are gonna want to celebrate May Day. People know about May Day, they're gonna celebrate. We gotta come up with something better, right? This is what they come up with. Law Day. It's like it's not even like cleverly covering up May Day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so lazy.
It's so damn lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy capitalism. All right, come on.
Yeah,
you do better than that.
Yeah, so we got this space at the Social Justice Center where the IWW should be able to, in Madison, we'll have a space there with some literature, and we should be able to meet there, I think.
Is that going to be a regular spot?
Yeah, that'll be the regular spot.
Cool.
SJC for the SJ Dubs.
Yeah.
No, I
What?
was just playing SJC for the SJ dubs.
Yeah.
Oh, I had 6 people on there. Where did they all go?
Maybe they keep checking in. They keep refreshing their pages.
Somebody shared it, I think.
Oh shit! We got shared. Them giving them shares. We're celebrating May Day 2019. But it's a Tuesday, I think, right? Or is that? Wait, hold on. What day of the week is it? May Day.
So the incarcerated workers.
Wednesday. Sorry.
Oh shit! So that'll be all day. Like
Wednesday in 2 weeks. Yep.
Yeah. So they're going there to fucking protest the bullshit ID laws they got going on in Wisconsin. Last time they did that, so like whenever you threaten like millions of dollars in the capitalists and the bourgeoisie's profits, they start talking to legislators. You know what I'm saying? Because once you show that you can bring out that 100,000 workers and like basically cripple an industry, the threat that you can do it again and again and over is there and resides. So these bourgeoisie get really fucking scared. I think, at least in the ideal sense, how it plays out in my mind as a Marxist.
Yeah.
But it gets their fucking attention at least, and they start talking to their legislators because, of course, the bourge is the one that have the closest relationship to the legislators via lobbying groups and fucking what are these departments of commerces? Not departments of commerces, but chambers of commerces, which is basically like a union of capitalists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, they there's bills that are literally just handed to politicians that this is what we want.
Yeah.
This is what we want you to do. So if you don't do it, we'll stop giving you money.
Yep. Via whatever this
is. It's thinly veiled distortion.
And then if it's a progressive politician, they'll stop extortion. If it's a progressive politician, they'll threaten to stop giving money to like progressive social programs, and they can control progressive politicians like that too. But anyways, once they fucking, the Bush gets talking to the politicians that like stop shit. Then last time they did that, they got like 2 or 3 laws stopped that they wanted to. Last time they held a general strike.
Yeah.
Wait,
which general strike?
General strike. I'm talking about the Voces, Dias and Latinos.
The last one that happened.
Yeah,
that one was awesome.
I wrote an article about that in Socialist Worker.
Oh, that was you?
Below. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I didn't step up for that.
That was fine.
I was busy with work. But yeah, I'm glad that that's one thing I'm gonna miss is socialist worker doing stuff. I did like the fact that like you could just kind of as an activist just write an article and get it in socialist worker. But if you were covering like an event that was happening.
But then there's like the really awkward part of it where they want you to go sell it in public and like do cold leads. Like motherfuckers is like members of the general public and you're supposed to go up to them. I'm like into marketing now and like I don't know, this whole spending resources where you don't need to thing is like a whole big thing that I pay attention to now.
Yeah.
And like cold leads, warm leads, hot leads. Whenever you're going out into the general public and asking everybody, just got it. Oh, that was the Maximum Twitter live, I guess.
Yeah, it is Twitter, I guess.
Yeah. Whenever you go to the what the fuck was I saying? Warm leads, hot leads. Yeah, if you just go to the general public, you got really cool leads. So anytime you spend working on really cold leads, your conversion rate's going to be really, really tiny. There's better ways to get into conversations about socialism with people than just like cold calling motherfuckers.
What is that?
You have limited resources,
Yeah, but also like trying to prove like my big thing was like they should have had they needed to have an ebook version of it. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple things they could have done to like get more with the times.
Yeah.
is my thing.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like selling newspapers on the street is like it's a good, I guess, way to learn how to be resilient to people talking shit to you. But like, sorry, not to be too dark about it. But I mean, like, but it would be like maybe different thing if there was more technology involved. And because where technology does, as much as we hate it, it kind of defines how we live and shit. So
yeah,
we gotta use what people are using sometimes.
And it can be ableist without meaning it to be, to expect everybody to have sort of the same competencies with social interactions than other people. So to expect like every revolutionary to have to go and do cold calls and cold sales on socialism on the streets can be ableist, because not everybody's comfortable with doing cold sales and cold calls and fucking trying to sell socialism in newspapers on the street to everyone, because of what you said. Like, people will talk shit to you and insult you, and fucking it's just not. And also, it's not like a cogent way to organize, to use the resources. Like, not everybody has to be an automaton. We can use people's skills and strengths and like that play off of each other, and like it's specialization. It's like, I guess that's kind of like a capitalist term, but if we specialize, and play on people's strengths, then we can do better organizing.
Well, yeah, I think it's important to just allow people to organize how they best organize. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I was more comfortable with the small group stuff. So I mean, that's where I shined the most. But when it came to like talking to big groups, I was not so much.
Yeah.
So like I had to figure out where I fit, and that's like it's just a stage that kind of needs to happen. I think for every individual, just for your own well-being. You know what I mean? Like if you're spending a ton of time doing something that A, you don't enjoy, and like B, you're not like very good at, it can be you can get overwhelmed, and you can lose sight of shit. So yeah, I mean but I mean I will say, like, the paper stuff made me face my my fears a little bit, and there was a few times that I had some great conversations with some strangers, and sharpened up my um, argument a little bit, but
right,
I think that honestly doing the free meal has probably done more for my confidence at talking to random people about stuff.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like at the beginning of the free meal, I felt I felt a little awkward in the sense I didn't want to talk down to people that were in unfortunate circumstances.
Right.
I didn't want to be like, oh, hey, like talk to them like children, or talk to them, in any way like belittle them, because I've seen that before and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And, I was kind of afraid of, coming off that way at first when I was helping out. But then, like, after, a few weeks of doing it, like, it just felt, completely natural, and, the was just fun. But yeah, it was definitely, I guess it's even more enriching, I guess, in the sense that I'm not trying to sell something to them,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, by the way, I got Lil Guillotine t-shirts if you want one.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll take one.
Oh wait, I'll just go ahead and put them on screens of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab them.
He's going to
beer and.
Okay, check it out, y'all. No Guillotine t-shirt. Okay, they're fitted.
Ad section.
We're talking about, what do they call it? Soft style? Gildan? Motherfucking black printed on white, on red. Are you serious? Oh, that's what it is, dude. I know what it is. Alright. So that's what it is. I get it. So yeah, you definitely gotta peep. You gotta peep this tease. Hey, the t-shirt. Limited time, $15. Get it. I'm gonna get it. All right, folks. Okay, you think you need medium, large, or small? Medium, large?
Large.
XL? Okay.
Give me that large.
Alert.
Tight. Get a new t-shirt. It's red. I don't see a red t-shirt.
Uh-oh. It's just communism.
Well, I just,
The
the only reason I avoid red t-shirts is because I live in housing.
Oh, yeah.
Already so many of them.
I forgot about that.
But that's not bad.
Okay.
It's just my like weird like anti-badger quirk.
Yeah, no doubt. No,
I'm not gonna go on a tangent about the Badgers. I don't want anyone to stop listening to the show.
Yeah, don't let the Badgers ruin communism for you.
No. If anyone wants to know how I feel about Badgers, just look up the Badgers scene in the movie UHF.
What?
I'll leave that cryptic.
What does he do? Like kill a badger? What was that? You're popping the champagne?
That was a little champagne cashmere hammer.
Oh wow!
I'm about to take a sip on. Oh, you're drinking that.
A champagne
plug to cashmere hammer nitro stout by Three Sheeps Brewing.
I'll make it. See, like it's not as wrinkled as it is.
Oh shit! Ooh, it's nice and soft.
Yeah, it's a nice,
good material.
It's a quality one. Yeah,
I like that.
I wish it didn't wrinkle.
What's on right now?
Oh, nice.
So finish up the podcast.
You better finish your pods. What else they got going on in the news? What the fuck should we be talking about?
Huh?
What else is going on in the news?
What is going on in the news? There's a million
Notre
for president. What?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Yeah. Here's a funny. You talk about candidates quick. I went to the Bernie rally the other day.
Oh yeah,
to sell Lil Guillotine T-shirts.
Nice.
Nobody won one. I guess I would have been better off selling voting booth T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Cha-ching.
Oh, were there other T-shirt sellers like with people's names like Bernie 2020 and stuff?
Yeah, that was just a diss on the. They don't like the guillotine. They like the voting booth.
Okay. Right over. Right over my head.
It was better as a post. It was funny. That was the deal. Is that I used Facebook timing on a real joke.
I like the logo.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. But no, the Bernie shirts were selling. Yeah, I didn't have any of those.
Yeah, you should have put. Never mind. I was gonna say you should put Bernie on the guillotine. But it's like, well, I mean, I don't really believe that. I don't hate the guy or anything.
His bullshit border stance, right?
Well, I mean, like he doesn't
close borders.
I think that. Well, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Bernie with like that stuff because I feel like he's someone that would work with people maybe about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't agree with him on any of that shit, but I think that he might be like, enough of a democratic dude to. I mean that in the true sense of the word. If enough people are like, dude, I don't agree with you about this, he might change it. But
I agree with that because he did that on his Black Lives Matter stance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I've
Yep.
seen him change his stance on a few things. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's not. He's still a
No, but it's still
he's still
big
like a
deal.
white old
He's gotta
man,
change
but
it,
like
though.
he needs to change those things step by step, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is also one of those things where I think that it's something that like especially like people running for president that have kind of like fallen to since like maybe Clinton era or Bush era, early Bush era.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that they started to have to take the only reason that like Clinton ended up winning was like he had to take a harder and harder stance on crime and
people.
yeah, I know, definitely. But like, he had to publicly be like, oh, I'm hard on crime and like, for like, punishment, making the prison system more effective and like all that, fear mongering shit.
Yeah.
And I think that, kind of every president since then has kind of been kind of towing that line as well, because they saw how well it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
duopoly.
yeah, I think the people that run for president always have that in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also gave out the Rock Against Fascism posters at the Burning Rally.
Yeah.
And those are going like hotcakes. I mean,
nice
flyers. I mean,
nice
handbills.
That's great.
And I led with
I'm glad that people
Rock
feel
Against
that way.
Fascism instead of just putting it in their hand, so they came to get it out of my hand.
Yeah.
Because I think it's pretty popular sentiment among the center and the
Keep
left.
that in mind.
But as long as you don't say Antifa, if you bust out Antifa, which is the same thing in my opinion, then
I know
then folks
it's just semantics, but
violent shit.
That's enough for some people. They see a few people, a few people make asses of themselves on the internet. And they're like, oh, they must be terrorists or something, but they're not even organized. And like, they're not the alt-right people. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, right.
They're not the alt-right.
Right.
People treat them like they are.
Yeah.
Like they're the antithesis on the left, but they're not even like the same thing.
So what about the Adam Waffen? There was like a documentary on the Adam Waffen? Did you see that?
The Adam Waffen.
Oh yeah,
that's German.
No, well yeah, but they're like a fascist group from I think just Florida, maybe down south.
We have a fascist group that's got a German name now.
Oh yeah, well no, there's a lot of.
Well, I mean,
like
but that's it. Like gaining traction.
Yeah, but the particularly scary one about this particular group is that their reference when they say Adam. No, because you don't know this part yet. But when they talk about Adam, they're talking about the atom bomb. Because this group has got caught trying to make an atom bomb already, but that's basically their goal is to start nuclear warfare under the guise of fucking bullshit fascist ideology.
Yep. This is where white supremacy leads everyone. Like, you can dance around with it, but at the end of the day, you're gonna want to do some heinous shit that you'll never be forgiven for.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just mad.
Yeah, the Adam Waffen.
Yeah, like that. It just sounds like so. I don't know. So like almost Bond villainy level, like evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I am so aware of the fact that this is like, we have evil intentions that I'm just gonna roll into it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with it.
So what about Notre Dame being burned to the ground?
Yeah,
fucking stones.
That's sad.
Yeah, the roof. I think there's some frame left.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly just know about it from
Disney movie.
I think Dan Brown probably described it at some point.
Oh, I don't know.
Shout out to Dan Brown, my friend.
Shout
my good friend from today.
Okay. Well, I figured
there's a lot of Dan Browns.
Yeah, no doubt.
But if you spell Dan Brown backwards, it's there.
No, shut up.
Yeah. But the Notre Dame, it collapsed.
N-O-W.
Don't think too much into it, all right? Don't think too much into it.
Right.
But no, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's been around for a long time, and someone made a point that like it's been through like several wars, and like it's been through like the the plague. That's been through all of this messed up stuff, but like finally, like the modern age, when they have all this stuff, like it burns down.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm curious, like what happened exactly.
Was
like,
it,
I hope there wasn't
there
wasn't any nefarious shit happening, because that'd be messed up.
Might have been the Yellow Vest protesters.
the yellow vesters. Yeah, it's probably the yellow vesters.
That's what folks thought. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
never know.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was they were doing.
Didn't they stop selling those or something?
I don't know.
I heard that. I read. I didn't read into it. I read briefly that they had stopped selling those vests, but they started ordering them from Amazon or something.
That's hilarious.
We need a fact check. So we're not just. I'm not just saying things and not.
Well, yeah.
Being held accountable.
You're just like when you're.
If I'm wrong about any of this stuff, tell me in the comments, please.
When you're shooting a firearm,
the
best safety is your brain. So your best fact check there is to catch your tongue. If you don't know, if you're not sure.
Okay,
I guess. I
don't
know. I'm about to check. I'm about to check it though. What would you say? What? Yellow vest. Oh yeah, but
they apparently tried to outlaw them in France.
Yeah, they're all supposed to have them in their cars. Every driver in France has to have one in their car for emergencies. So that's why it was like a symbol that was.
That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, should always have that. I bought one for me and my kids.
Yeah, good point. Good job, France. I mean, not good job all the time, I guess. Just on that yellow vest thing.
And
and my last name, I guess. Thank you for that. Wicked, yes.
That sounds very bougie. Baron.
Bougie. I mean,
are you from the Baron?
So my family was they owned land. Obviously, the ancestors just LeBaron landowner. But like the first guy that went over to the U.S. was actually an orphan that was adopted into the family.
Oh, thank God for this ruinment of your family.
And he wasn't a pirate, but he got onto like someone's ship and like got to the U.S. Like he was like fleeing like the country when he came over to the U.S.
Oh,
he's got a great origin story.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I got this book went to the fucking Print and Resist Zine Fest over the weekend on Saturday, which is dope. It was at the Central Library. It's basically like an anarchist zine fest with a lot of art too.
Zines.
And PM Press was there. Apparently they got someone in Milwaukee that like does shows like this, even though they're out of Oakland. But yeah, that person has a bunch of books. I met them. I bought this book called Witches, Witch Hunting, and Women by Sylvia Federici.
Was that at the comic book shop? Or where'd you get that?
No, I just said, silly.
We get that
at the Print and Resist Zine Fest. Sorry,
I feel like I might have seen something like that.
That's dope.
Because I saw a few books at the comic book shop that were
PM Press.
Well, that were about specific causes.
Well, that would be dope if they had this. This is some communist shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Sylvia Federici, I've seen her talk in the past at the Haven Center, which is like socialist studies out of the UW. They're run by Patrick Barrett and some other folks. So Sylvia Federici came here, and I know she talks about this theory, this witches. She wrote this book called Witches, Caliban and the Witch, I think it's called, which is older than this. This is a newer one. It's like a more approachable one, I think. But I think it goes over the same theory. That's what I'm postulating, like based on the title, Witches, Witch Hunting, and Women. Because basically I think she talks about the theory behind expropriation of the women's body and how it relates to expropriation of land being fundamental to like the birth of capitalism. So like, in the feudal times, the peasants occupied the land as part of the economic system, and capitalism needed to own all the land and needed to have the bourgeoisie own the land as capital. It was the first capital, right? So without no land, they without peasants off the land and the bourgeoisie in charge of the land, buying and selling it, there would be no capitalism. And so they had to do that, and they did it violently. Like it was one of the most violent things in history, the fucking expropriation of land from the peasants. And
Yeah.
then Celia Federici talks about the witch hunting and how they were very similar, but except for besides the expropriation of land for capitalism, it was the expropriation of women's body for like sexism, right? So like before then, women and men had equal rights, like pretty much. This is I haven't. I'm like totally. What's it called? I'm just fucking capsizing. No.
Monologuing.
No, I'm not monologuing. I'm
Synopsizing.
I'm giving a synopsis of
yeah.
something I've heard secondhand. So I have never read either of these books. I'm about to read this one. But yeah, it's a really interesting subject about sexism, the origin of sexism, and how witch hunts were the mechanism via which they were able to expropriate women's body from this, like the commons, or like this, from society being equal.
Well, yeah. Any like woman that they saw that were, speaking out too much, or being too disobedient or something, they could, be like, oh, you got the devil in you.
You got the devil in you. There was
You know what I mean?
There was like millions and millions of women that were murdered over like a few dozen, like, many years.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like 150 years or something like that.
Oh yeah.
The brutality and the the vastness of it.
Yeah.
Was insane.
Yeah. I mean, like it's.
I don't know if it's millions. I'm speaking on my ass.
Probably not millions at that point. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. There was it happened more than it should, which would be zero.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, like it's only very. I think that a lot of people might forget that it's only very recently that women can really speak their mind in a public forum and not be like completely shut out for it. You know what I mean? Like if women really wanted to speak their mind, like even when I was like a little kid, on like a lot of the media that I saw, like they had to fit a certain box in order to even be taken seriously. And like I feel like that's definitely come a little bit since I've been young. Like women are. I see a lot more like with powerful women on TV, like owning it, just being themselves. Would you agree?
Yeah, Me Too movement.
Well, not even just
movements.
that, but before that, even. But
Yeah.
like even like leading up to that, like I've just known a lot of women in my life that have been very, very strong, very gung ho, and never let like society's preconceived notions of them hold them back.
But like, there's more of that now.
But I mean, from their stories, like it's still an issue, obviously. Like I mean, every woman out there knows the whole, you should smile more bit, like that. Every woman has heard that, probably. Most of my female friends, I've heard that story about someone at some point, or I've seen, or I've witnessed it.
That's rampant still.
Yeah. People watch like that Captain Marvel movie, and they saw that scene where the guy says, "Oh, you should smile more." And like some of these people I've been hearing, like thinking like, oh, did she add that after all the controversy or whatever? And it's like, no, like like most women have experienced that moment, so they were just putting it in because it was accurate. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like it's going right over some people's heads, like, oh man, that's really like specific, and it's like, well, yeah, it's something that. It's not a myth. It happens all the time. I've witnessed it so many times, But
hell to them.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely like we're definitely not there yet. Like, there's definitely a lot of people on the internet that react to strong female characters very negatively still, but.
You got your incels and your MRAs that are on the rise, along with the fascists and the white supremacists.
Yeah, and the way they react to, certain films that have strong female leads. I'm not gonna point fingers, Star Wars fans. But like there's just been people. There's just been people lately that I've just been hearing some really just sexist shit from about female characters. But but it's good though that we're taking more chances on these, like women being written by women, and or writing their own lines. Even like I've heard about like actresses like actually taking the script and like kind of rewriting their lines, so they can sound more natural, like themselves, and not just like a man's ideal of what she should be. You know what I'm talking about? I watch a lot of TV, so I notice a lot of this random like sexist stuff. I guess I pay attention to it. But
yeah,
what are you looking at?
Witch hunts. It's 50 to 200,000. 50,000 to 200,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because folks think it's like the Salem witch hunts are the only thing, but it took place over like close to 200 years.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, we need to get a fact check here.
Right.
We need to get a Jamie. That's what we need.
Jamie.
Look that shit up, Jamie.
That's cool. I don't care about looking stupid as long as I
no, for sure.
But we'll find. I'm about to find out in here, anyways.
Yeah.
Let's check that out. Which is witch hunting women.
Yeah, that filter's like.
Are you scared?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, I hope you're not scared.
It's just strange,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me cry.
No, only I am. I get to have my list.
Why is it only one person at a time? Oh, it's
software. No, it's not. It's Snapchat.
Snapchat, sorry.
Yeah, it's Snap Camera that's playing on my computer and going onto Facebook.
At
the same time. So it's So the reason my Twitter went out is because I have no more fucking space on my phone. And it can't do. I have to erase a bunch of shit. Okay, so let's go to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you got anything more topics?
Well, I was just talking about sexism.
Sexism?
For a while.
Sexism and I ignored you.
Movies.
Yeah.
All
right.
I was just asking about like whether you think like women are portrayed in media better than say 10 years ago. Do you think that's actually a thing, or do you think that's something that we're blowing out of proportion? Thoughts? I'll throw it to you, Lil Guillotine.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
You think it's still pretty bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think that it's progressed since 10 years ago?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Not really, because I think that it's gone back in cycles, because there's some really, like I just mentioned about incels and MRAs.
Well, yeah,
some really regressive representations
of
women on like Netflix things. Like there was this whole couple years ago, there was this whole trend of these 70s shows recoming, and there was one like Amy Poehler who's a feminist. She did this one on Netflix. It was just some sexist garbage where they were like in a camp. It was appallingly disgusting, where I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe they treat women like this, and it's like 2016, 2017 or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I would say that. Oh fuck, I gotta go do some more fact checking.
Wait. It was Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler was on it was on Netflix, and it was about like a camp.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I watched that.
That was garbage. It was super sexist.
Well, yeah.
Super
it was
sexist.
I think it was but I think it was
regressively sexist, where
I think it was
wow, we went back 30 years.
But wasn't it intentionally so? Wasn't it supposed to be ultra sexist?
Yeah, but what is that, edge lording? I mean, that's what.
Well, yeah. I guess
fascists do.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. The thing is, I have a kind of complicated opinion about the comedy stuff, because like the thing is, it's something that like okay, I saw that with like friends, and like we thought it was pretty funny or whatever. But like
I didn't mind it.
But like
sexism.
But well, yeah, I mean the sexism was like there was definitely like sexism there for sure. But I guess for me, I kind of saw it as a parody of the sexism you see in those types of films, because it's kind of like a parody of the like summer camp type movies where like women or the girls are like put on a pedestal and the guys are all like talking about how they want to bang this girl and that girl and whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's a trope from like 80s summer camp movies, you know? But my point, going back though to the whole like comedy thing, I feel like it's complicated when it comes to comedy because there's certain things that unite people about comedy, but at the same time, I feel like comedy makes us complacent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like complacent with certain things that we should probably discuss more seriously, but instead we laugh about. So it's like it's kind of, but at the same time, it's also like the only medium that certain things are talked about. It's kind of to me, I guess personally, I feel like it's always a double-edged sword because it's something that we don't go to. A lot of people don't go to. Well, I at least my friends don't go to church or whatever to get together, and I feel like I don't know, comedy is kind of a way that we sometimes commune. But yeah, it is a lot of times problematic because it belittles certain things that we need to be really taken seriously.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think that was that show at all. I think they were doing some retro sexism, parody or not. That was like some horrible shit. Like I wouldn't. I mean, anyways. So
sorry.
So yeah, let me say my point about it.
Yeah, go for
it. Like fucking, I will not want any of my kids to watch it. It's so horrible, and I think that's true with any joke. Like, it doesn't matter if you're making fun of stuff. Like jokes hurt. I think that's like a really common mistake by folks. It's a conduit for teaching hate. That's like really easy to just turn your back on and fucking allow. I think it's like this huge way that it's normalized in society, and like there's tons of good comedians who fucking don't do it like that show was done, where you just show a bunch of blatant sexism and then hope, I guess, that people who are more progressive remember how bad that was and know that you're, I guess, joking about it, but there's no way to know that you're joking. Do you have to go?
Well, I gotta check the door.
Okay,
real
yeah.
Quick. Someone, I don't know. There shouldn't be anyone here.
Pizzas.
What?
So I think that's like super easy trap to fall in, and I think that's like some really big garbage that like there's folks who do jokes about oppression perfectly, I think, and I don't think they even come close to it on that show. But then if you look, it wasn't just that show. There was like a number of shows in the popular media where sort of sexism is more prevalent and sort of this. Yeah, it was basically like taking the shit back 30 years, parody or not, like jokes teach hate. I think it's very complicated to joke about oppression and not coming off and reproducing it. And I think that a lot of people fail at taking that up, like the challenge, basically. And that's like a huge stumbling point for culture and sort of how society reproduces oppression just through comedy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely come together and listen to comedy, regardless if it has garbage in it, but definitely be aware and critique all the shit, I think. You know what I'm saying? Is that Andy?
What?
Is that Andy?
No.
Oh, it's always Andy.
I'm sorry, what were you?
I was just, I don't know. You're going to have to wait for the
Can you give me a recap? Oh, no, damn it.
I'm just kidding.
I missed it.
I don't know. I just think jokes are taught through hate. It's a super easy venue. It's a huge gap and like a downfall in our society where it's repeated there all the time. I would say that fucking it's a challenge to joke about oppression and not coming off as just reproducing it. And that show didn't even come close to that challenge. There's some folks like fucking what's that guy? He was on the Anarchist podcast, so we need a fact checker. I follow him on Twitter. He's like Jake someone. He's pretty dope at it. But I think
Jimmy, is it Jimmy something?
Not that guy. He's horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's
a comedian that also does political stuff.
Yeah, and he like that, and I got big critiques of him because that Jimmy dude from like the UK or whatever, he fucking comes off as like disgustingly sexist, and then says that it's like, oh yeah, I'm joking, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm sorry, but like 4 to like 24-year-olds are not necessarily gonna understand that. They're not gonna stick around and see you saying that. They're just gonna see it being exposed to that type of
we're usually a hard no on that shit.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Jimmy something.
Jimmy Dore.
Yeah.
That's everything.
But he's still funny, and I don't think people should like ban shit just because there's a bunch of oppressive. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, don't ever listen to him because he's funny. And
well, yeah, I think I've seen a few videos of his,
and like it's good to come together and then talk
in my YouTube.
Yeah, talk about the funny shit and socialize over it, but also critique all that bullshit too.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I think that no matter what, people are going. Some people like view comedy as like an escape. You know, I feel like I'm kind of one of those people. You know, I like that kind of really dark humor, but I feel like it's only really appropriate if you can maintain not let it affect your worldview. Because like I've been there where I was on like 4chan and like I was on the that board that shall not be named, and it was a place where people posted these memes about just really sexist, racist ideas that we were just joking about nonchalantly. And like it definitely it didn't seem at the surface like it was harmful, but it's stuff that you wouldn't show everyone. You wouldn't because you were it was a place where you could post stuff anonymously that you could never trace back to yourself. So it was a really great place for people to say really horrible things. So I've seen the worst aspect of what comedy is, and I've kind of since I guess just meeting new people and growing up, there's only certain things I don't joke about, like sexual assault and that sort of thing. There's certain things that are definitely off the table for comedy, but also I understand people's desire to express themselves through comedy. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes it's edgelordy here and there. Regardless of how I feel about it, there's a lot of people that respond to it. And whether that's that could be a detriment of society, I think that's definitely up for argument for sure. But it is a way that some people deconstruct or try to make sense of certain things, whether or not that's healthy. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like I'm rambling. But yeah, sorry.
No, yeah. Yeah, so fucking it's similar to mute songs too, where folks are talking about oppressive language.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I listen to those songs. Yeah, but I don't think let's see, I don't necessarily want folks who are impressionable to listen to those songs, and I also anybody I listen to those songs with, I would want to critique and talk about all the garbage that you're talking about on there.
Well, yeah.
And personally, I would never talk about that shit. So I don't think it's a downfall of society. Folks are conditioned. Yeah, it's the negative parts of society that are. I mean, you're conditioned to there's a reason why racism is so incipient, visceral, and unconscious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what comedy plays on that. I think that's a little bit insidious in a way. In a way that comedy can reproduce.
Well, yeah,
has the power to reproduce something so visceral.
Absolutely, yeah. It has the
That should
power.
be knowledge. That folks should be cognizant of that.
Well, yeah, it has the power to spread.
And when they're listening to it too,
Yeah.
with other folks.
Yeah, it has the power to spread idea. That's the thing about it, is it's so infectious. It's a way to spread ideas faster than you can think about them. You know what I mean? So yeah, in that way, it is very dangerous. But if you're, I feel like if you're, there are, yeah, right. If you're putting out comedy that's you feel is, I don't know, putting out a better ideal or something, or you know what I mean. If you have purpose to your comedy, I guess it can be rewarding. You know what I mean? But if your purpose in your comedy is to deride people you don't understand, like it's only, like I don't like comedians that are only like
always intent either though.
Yeah, well, I know there is definitely
Jake Flores is someone who's a comrade that knows what I'm talking about and agrees.
Jake
check him out.
Jake Flores.
Feral jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck around with oppressive language, but he keeps it fucking hilarious. See, that's the thing; it's a challenge that people don't bring up, that don't come to the table with. It's easy to make jokes about racism because that shit's so incipient and it's so fucking ubiquitous and it's so visceral and subconscious. It's so easy, and sexism, it's so easy to get like. And then, of course, the skilled people will make jokes about them, but not reproduce it and critique it. What is he saying here?
The left comedy podcast dumbass scene has been so positive lately. It is very pleasant and cool. We should probably fight about something really dumb on here and fuck it up.
Oh, that's not funny. But yeah, this person's a good comedian.
Jake Flores.
I don't know. I would still watch. Brian Regan, who I liked a lot. Dope. He did some really horrible shit on Palestine-Israel conflict.
Yeah,
I mean, I hated that.
Well, Dave Chappelle had a bad line about he had a real transphobic joke.
Right. I still listen to these folks.
But he also talked about the fact that he said he also addressed it in the next special. You know what I mean?
So smart.
So I mean, I like that he actually addressed the criticism in it. Even though he still said what he was going to say. I guess. Like, I mean, I do respect that ability for someone to be able to say what they want to say. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess with my philosophy with comedians, it's like, I guess if I don't agree with a comedian, they're not a comedian that I ever consume. But when I find a comedian I really agree with, I'm like, I want to hear like all this guy's got to say because like he's fucking funny and he has my same sensibilities. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like there's certain comedians that have had like just similar experiences as me, but don't necessarily have very like revolutionary material.
Yeah, look at this guy, Pod Damn America. He's on.
Oh yeah, I think I might be friends on Facebook.
That's good shit.
Yeah. Homeland Security comic to watch.
Yeah, don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Okay, are we interesting enough without guests?
I don't know. The
Was that good?
To decide.
Was that good materials? Can we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, if you want. We can wrap this up, man. It's all on you. This is your podcast.
1 hour 47
I'm your guest.
Not there yet. Constant guest.
Yeah, I'm just your side. I'm just your wall to bounce.
I got this Towards the Horizon of Abolition.
Okay.
Towards the Horizon of Abolition with Mariama Kaba. The person who throws the Zine Fest through the Zine Fest is a Books to Prisoners organizer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that something that's being like they're trying to like take that away from prisoners, right? The right to read.
Oh, yeah.
That's something we should
do that.
But yeah, dude, what the fuck? Hasn't anyone
Plus,
seen the Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
What the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not okay to take away books from prisoners.
Not at all.
No, not even a little bit. Ooh. Let's some street.
I'm sorry, but we have to go.